At the edge of the known world, Noah and his family moved into a small town next to a notorious gangster. They quickly realized that life in the big city was very different from what they were used to. As they navigated their way through their new surroundings, they got caught up in the gangster's hilarious shenanigans. One day, as Noah was tending to the garden, he noticed a small mouse scurrying around. He named the mouse Brian and decided to make him his pet. Brian was a clever little mouse, and he quickly became Noah's best friend. Noah knew he had to do something to stop Mr. Big, but he didn't know how. He confided in Brian, who came up with a plan. They would sneak into Mr. Big's mansion and steal the plans for the heist. They searched high and low for the plans, but they couldn't find them anywhere. Just as they were about to give up, they heard Mr. Big's footsteps approaching. They quickly hid behind a nearby couch and watched as Mr. Big sat down and started talking to his henchman. Noah and Brian listened intently, and they soon realized that Mr. Big was talking about a rare and valuable parrot that he had recently acquired. They knew that if they could steal the parrot, they could use it as leverage to stop Mr. Big's heist. They searched high and low for the parrot, but they couldn't find it anywhere. Just as they were about to give up, they heard a loud squawking coming from the next room. They cautiously peeked around the corner and saw the parrot sitting in its cage. They distracted Mr. Big's henchman by setting off fireworks outside the mansion, while Noah snuck inside and grabbed the parrot. Just as they were about to make their escape, Mr. Big caught them in the act. Noah and Brian ran for their lives, with Mr. Big and his henchman hot on their heels. They ducked and weaved through the mansion, narrowly avoiding capture at every turn. Noah and Brian were trapped, with nowhere to run. But then, Brian had an idea. He scurried up the tiger's back and started tickling him. The tiger started laughing uncontrollably, and Mr. Big and his henchman were too distracted to notice Noah and Brian making their escape. They had successfully stolen Mr. Big's parrot and stopped his heist. They knew that they had made an enemy in Mr. Big, but they also knew that they had each other to rely on. Noah and Brian were the best of friends, and they knew that they could take on anything together.